Well, happy holidays to you. Happy holidays to you from JJ's PC Builds. Me, JJ, to y'all. Happy Easter. No, it's not Easter. Oh my God. It's New Year's. Yeah, there we go. I got some throwbacks for y'all today. I'm gonna do a New Year's Eve special on some throwbacks. Basically, I'm throwing back the all 9 of the videos I done for graphics card Nightmare. So what we're going to do is we're just going to jump into the throwbacks, and then after, we're going to get everything started. So make sure y'all stay to the end. And if this is your first time here, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you like all the videos, make sure you subscribe and watch the videos from beginning to end. We're still working on getting up to 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. And also, too, I want to welcome everybody that did subscribe. I hear we're up to 50. We're up to 50 subscribers, and we're getting there slowly but surely, but we're getting there. Okay, and y'all, welcome to the family. So let's go ahead and just get it started. Let's get the throwback started. So stick around. We got it going right here at JJ's PC Builds. We're going to start off by pulling up eBay. All right. So I want you as the consumer to get a good idea of what kind of nightmare you're going to be dealing with. And it's a nightmare, trust me. I mean, oh my God. This is what I have to go through day in and day out. I mean, to look and see what's the best prices that you're going to deal with. Remember, when you buy from eBay, you can buy new. Anything you buy from eBay, you take a chance. I'm sure, if you're looking for a lightweight graphics card, you got a 1070 here for $140. Me, I wouldn't buy that. But the 1070 for $129 or best offer, anytime you see a best offer, you can always email the seller and find out, how much are they really willing to take for it. If they're willing to take $100 for it, then this will be $118. Like if you took, they say or best offer, if you say, okay, well, how about $100? Let's say this one right here, the MSI Radeon RX 580. The 4GB GDR5. GDR5 is not bad, okay? Especially if you got a graphics card already that's at GDR3, or let's say, it's just a basic graphic card that you don't, that has DDR3 or DDR4 capable. Okay. GDR5 is not bad. This is a 4GB OC. OC meaning that it's overclocking. They're given a 4.6 on the recommendations. And if you all look at, I'm giving you a good view of what the card looks like. And always look for to see if it has a display port, an HDMI port, how many display ports, if it's got a VGA port. Anytime, and this is my recommendation to you, if you see a graphics card with the VGA port on it and that's something you don't need, I would recommend not getting it, because then, because VGA is an older caption model, just to let you know. And usually if you got the VGA port on the side of the rest of the dongles there, then what happens is you're going to get a card that is just basic crap.
Damn!
Let's see, Radeon's 6600 XT 8 gigabyte version, 250 or best offer. Oh, it all depends. I mean, I do like the 6600 versions. And looking at this, it doesn't look like it's got too much dust on it. And the pins, what you do is you look and see if the fan's got too much dust on it, or you look and see if the pins got wear on them from people sliding the card in and out of the socket. You know, investigate the card very carefully so you know what you're buying. You don't want to get a card that you can't, do anything with. Alright, we're going to go ahead and get ourselves a big old drink. Make sure y'all got your drink right here. And if you ain't got it, pause the video and go to 7-Eleven or go to Circle K and get one. Just for say, I got mine. And that hits the spot. The 1650 4GB GDDR6 for $172.99. Let's see, $173 for the 1650 4GB. It's a great deal, but not good enough. Just for say, they got the GT 1030 GeForce 4GB DDR4 64-bit. Okay. Read what it says. GDDR4 64-bit. Okay, doesn't work for me.
Got him! Got him!
Let's start like this. What's been the most nightmare of a graphics card that's on the market right now? Well, let's see. They say the nvidia 4090. Let's go to Amazon. We're going to go to Amazon. And we're going to see what the graphics card nightmare is. Because I'll tell you what, with all the hubbub, all the hubbub about the graphics card, the 4090 catching fire and everything else. Okay, myself, I mean, that's a bad enough story enough for me not to want to buy it, but, my point is this. Why am I going to pay? Look at all these AIB partners. Okay, they're charging $2,400 on an average. $2,400. Look at this. A Founders Edition is $24,444.69, and this is a Founders Edition. This is nvidia Founders Edition. Let's do some digging in. I'm going to dig my heels into this. Okay. Let's find out who it is. This is from the NVIDIA store. Okay. Let's dig a little deeper. I don't know, everybody. I mean, I'll be honest with you. Looking down here from the Founders Editions and the AIB partners, this is the Founders Edition, and they're charging $24 right here. Right here. $2,444.69. Now, and with it having that messed up connector that you connect the power to it, the RTX 4050. Let's see. How I discovered this was that knowing that next year it's going to be coming up. Let me go ahead and pop you to the smaller screen. Move you over here. Get you out of get me out of your way. Let's see, the RTX 4050. This is Graphics Card Nightmares, just to let you know. So, guess what? We got the RTX 4050. It's supposed to be the AD106. Supposed to have 3,840 cores, 120 TMUs, 48 ROPS, 8 gigabytes of GDDR6. Well, no, it's supposed to be 8 gigabytes of VRAM to GDDR6, 128-bit bus. Okay, I pulled this up off of Tech Power Up, looking through to see what it matches with. And guess what? This is the thing. If they're going to sell you this card, okay? If they're going to sell you this card, I hope they sell it to you for the price of the cheaper than the 6600 RX 6600, because if they're going to sell it to you for $400 or $500, because this is what we're going to do. We're going to go to Amazon. I'm taking y'all along with me on this, because I already did a video on this, but we're going to take you along on this. Let's see. Here we go. I don't even have to work hard. Here we go. $349. Okay. Now they get that's the 128-bit 8 gigs right here. Right here. Okay, $349. And that's for the 6600 XT. Now, if I were to go one step further, just to first say, if I were to go to AMD Radeon, let's see. This is my example. So, what we're going to do is we're going to copy this. We're going to go to this and we're going to paste. And we're going to put specs. Okay, there we go. See, the difference is that this one's got a single fan, and this one here is got a single fan. This has got 3,840 core, the 4050, and this has got 2,048. But the rest of it's the same. The rest of it is the same. I do not see how they're saying this card is equal to that card. Okay. Maybe there's something I'm missing. Maybe there's not. Maybe I just need to look at the clock speeds. Maybe that's what we need to look at. So, looking at the clock speed, base clock 1968 megahertz from the AMD RX 6600 XT. Base clock 2505 megahertz. Okay, now the boost clock's 2640 on this new card, and then going to this one and looking at the boost clock is 2589.
Damn!
Right here, and we're gonna bring it on up. We're gonna take a run down to Newegg. Here we go. We're at Newegg. Let's see what they got going on for the deals of the nightmares of this evening. Well, they got the 3060 for $379. Looks white. And, to me, that looks like an off-brand zoo to me for $379. It's the 3060 12 gigabytes. No. That right there is a rip-off deal. Let's see, what else does Newegg have that's worth any interest? Well, they say they got the 2060 for $219. No. That right there, that's that's a nightmare. No. The Millsy 100% 2060 Super 8 gigabytes. PCI 3.0 for $209. Come on, Newegg. Come on, you know you can do better than this. Oh my goodness. I mean, that's it. That's all they got for components. Well, it looks like I ain't got much for you, because Newegg don't look like they got much for us. Well, here we go. We got something for you, and it's called an Amazon nightmare. I had to put that in there. So, yes, we are here up on Amazon, and what we got going on today is we're looking at the 4080, the 16 gigabytes, and looking at the prices. I know everybody's sitting there telling me that, that the 4080 16 gigabytes ain't worth shit. And you're right, it's not worth shit. I have to put it like that to y'all because, I get a lot of bad vibes about it, and you know what? It doesn't, I mean, it could be a great graphics card, it can be an awesome graphics card, but, they just need to add a little bit of something else to it to make it a little bit better. Now, if you look at the 4080, and let's say I wanted to take and go just to go in depth, and let's say we want to look at the RTX 4080 and we want to look at the specs, we can go ahead and pull up the specs, and go from there. So we'll just pull up the specs. Tech Power Up's got great specs, so that way we work on that. Okay, now they got it for $1,200. I mean, and I bet you this is the 16 gigabyte. But look at the cores. They got 9,728 cores. But if we go over here, let's say we pull up the 4090, the RTX 4090, and we look up the specs, then we go over here to the 4090. Look, it's got 16,384 CUDA cores.
Damn!
There we go. As y'all can see, now we're going to go to the good, bad, and ugly prices on Graphics Card Nightmares. Looks like they got some Zotac 3060 RTX ones with, the GeForce, nvidia. Looks like they got the 3060 Twin Edge OC 12 gigabytes for $409. If you're looking for a 12 gigabyte card, this one might be for you, because if they turn around and they go and sell the 4070 Ti, which is the 12 gigabyte, you know what? This might be the 3060, and and that might be the thing to go with. And the thing is this: if y'all want to spend $1,400 on a graphics card, I would look at the price of $409 first before you decide to do that. maybe you get a better deal with Zotac than you would going with these other cards that are going to be coming out. So you got the 3070 for right here. We got a 3070 and a 3070 Ti. You're looking at what, 50, $75 more for the Ti version. You got the 3060, you got 3060, like I said, that's 12 gigabyte version. You got the 3060 right here, 12 gigabyte version, 385. You can see the price difference between the two. Okay, one's gigabyte and one's Zotac. You're just paying for the name, from what I'm thinking. There we go. I already got it set up for you. All right. Now, we're looking at the AMD RX 7900 XTX. $1,500. Okay. Now, if I remember right, the MSRP was supposed to be $999. So you're going to tell me that this $999 card gets an additional $500 tacked onto it? Really? And this looks like to me, this looks like a Founders Edition card. What I think is happening with these pricings, that, if you go to like AMD's website, they'll direct you to where you can get that one card for $999. You're still going to pay a little tax on it, so about $1,100-$1,200 after taxes. But $1,500 for this card. And now they're saying that it's got overheating issues and everything else. I really don't think that's going to be, what I'm going to be. I mean, I love AMD's products and everything else, but when you start hearing little horror stories, just like nvidia, you start to hear little horror stories about them too, and now you're hearing little horror stories about AMD. You hear little horror stories about Intel, the Intel Arc, and it just, to me, I think it's nothing but fear mongering. Okay, truthfully, I think it's a bunch of fear mongering. And if you don't like it, then you don't have to watch this video. Just to let you know. But I'm telling you the nightmares of this all, because the nightmare is this. When you spend $1,500 for a card, $1,500. I mean, geez, the RTX 4090 is $1,600, but guess what? There's another nightmare there in itself. Because the MSRP is like at $1,600, but they're charging, many people are charging between $2,100 and $2,500, for that card, and it just seems like it's ridiculous. I mean, you're gonna give away, basically you want people to pay for the two mortgages on their house just to buy a graphics card. For $1,500, I could build a whole brand new damn PC for $1,500.
Damn!
And now I brought you through all 9 episodes of Graphics Card Nightmares. They're just little clips for y'all to look at. You can go back and watch all the videos if you want to see the full-length videos. I tried to make them as best as I can. Some people do like them, but right now, this is going to be episode 10, New Year's Eve. So let's go ahead and continue this, and you all do sit back and get your soda and your popcorn. Believe it or not, I got my soda right here. And get your popcorn, and let's continue with Graphics Card Nightmares. Alrighty, just to let y'all know, this has taken me approximately 4 hours to make this video. And it's all made today, so don't fret, you know me. I'd rather have you all look at fresh, new today's videos. But comes down to it all, I want to wish you all a happy new year. And hopefully 2023 has a lot to offer for us coming up. And I hope that AMD and nvidia get their head out their ass about the pricing about their graphics cards. Because, you know, think about it. You know, there's consumers out there that cannot afford all these high prices. I mean, I've been looking and looking and looking for graphics cards. I found one. I thought I had one for Christmas, but I had to take it back. Finding out AMD done locked down a bunch of stuff on it to where you can't clock up the card where you need it. And plus, when I went, and this is just a little thing, the reason why. I was sitting there looking at my integrated graphics, my iGPU, and I go to play it on Second Life, and I want y'all to hear this out. I go to play it on Second Life. You know, it gives me 300 FPS. When I go into a club, it gives me 100 FPS. Okay? That's usually correct how it floats. Okay? But when I plugged in the RX 6500 XT into this PC, believe it or not, it gave me 400 FPS. I thought, oh my god, it's going to give me at least 200 in a club. But it didn't. It gave me a whopping 50 FPS. I was floored to thinking that I have an iGPU that can outdo the 6500 XT. I said, screw this, and I took it back. I told myself, if I'm going to get a video card, you know, even though that was a Christmas present, and I told my friend, thank you, and all that. But the point is this. I want a graphics card that's going to help me doing in video editing. I want in gaming and everything else. Instead of me diving both feet into the fire, I want to find a graphics card that is not a nightmare, that's not going to give me any problems, and everything else. I have been taking AMD in consideration, but I'm also I'm taking nvidia into consideration. Let me show you all a couple things that I found while I was on my little adventure this past week. And I was looking at, and I did a video on this earlier, you know, a previous video on this, but the thing is I was looking at the 2060, the RTX 2060 as a go-to. It has 12 gigabytes of GDDR6, but also too, I want to find out the KO version as well. So let's see. Looks like they got a KO version right here. It's a PCIe 3.0. Okay, well, you know, it's 3.0x16. I know this, but you know, if they're going to charge 109, well, that's going to be like this one right here. You know, it's the same exact thing. So, you know, I mean, all I gotta do is just keep looking and keep looking. But I'm gonna find it and what I'm looking for, and that's gonna be, the route I'm gonna go. Okay, all I got to spend is $200, right? And I want y'all to understand this. I'm not being a cheap. I got a budget I got to deal with. You know, I mean that this is the thing I have to work with. I mean, I got a $200 budget, and I'm gonna try to stick to it. And if I got to add, let's say another $30, I'll add another $30 to it just to get it. I checked out the RX 6600. I've checked out many of other cards, but a lot of people are saying the 2060 KO, either the KO or the KO Ultra, would be the way to go. Okay, so this is my nightmare right now. I'm telling you all. Um, I wouldn't mind doing the 2080. I need to find a decent graphics card. Y'all can leave a comment below if I'm wrong on this, but I'm trying to stay within a $200 budget. So, this is my nightmare that's going on for this year, the end of 2022, is looking for a graphics card that is not going to be garbage, that's going to be where I got, at least I can get 4 years out of it, something that will give me editing capabilities and all that. I got a lot I'm working with. I want to play games and do video editing on the same PC. Everybody says don't do that. Just get one PC for video editing and one PC for um, gaming. Well, I wish I can do that, but my pockets ain't that deep yet. I'm still trying to, build my business right here and try to get things going, but I still got to have subscribers and I still got to have watch hours and you know and build up this YouTube channel to be the best it can be. I'm not crying about it. It's just it takes time and it takes money. And the money part, if I had the money part, this would already be done. But I'm working on a budget, a tight budget, so do understand, and I do apologize for not having, all the materials in front of me, but I'm on a tight budget and I'm trying to build my way up. It's the hard way, but usually if you go the hard way, it's usually the best way. The reason why I say the best way is because you get through all the nightmares of building a PC, and especially with the graphics cards, you get through all the nightmares, and then the end game of it all, it'll become wonderful. It'll become the best thing that everybody's seen. So, but I'm just saying that. I'm just letting you know where I'm standing with this right now. I mean, if you guys want to leave a comment and let me know where there's a better graphics card that I can stay within a $200 range, please leave me a message down below. I would appreciate it. I'll go check it out, and if it's really good, I want to make sure that it's not been mined on. I want to make sure that it hasn't been abused, that it's nice and neat, because I want it to be able to last a long time here. And also, too, I don't want to deal with, I'm starting to gather, I don't want to deal with the headache of a graphics card from AMD to where they locked everything down and you can't do nothing with it. Now, with nvidia, I've seen a lot of people overclocking with nvidia and getting a lot further and using Intel processors with nvidia and having the utmost awesomest computers for the least amount of price. I mean, I've already put in 400, let's see, almost $500 into the PC I have now. I want to take it to the next level. I want to be able to put a discrete graphics card in there that does, a very wide range of things. But like I said, leave me a comment below and let me know. I would appreciate it. My conclusion of this is this. I know times are tight, and I know the consumer has a hard way to go, and I hope that 2023 becomes a better year than 2022 has been, because 2022, it had a lot of nightmares, had a lot of ups and downs, had a lot of broken promises, especially on, computer equipment, but got an itch, sorry, my foot. But let's hope and pray 2023 is going to be a better year. Now, I'm going to tell you all this. They got CES coming up January the 3rd. I said the 5th in one or two of my videos ago, but it's the 3rd. It's the 3rd through the 8th. It's going to be coming up. nvidia is going to be announcing some new stuff, and I'm hoping to see other partners that are out there announcing some new stuff, so that way it gives us new content and stuff to talk about. Also too, like the RTX 4070, they should 4070 Ti. They should have named it the 4070 minus 2 Ti. No, just kidding, NVIDIA. And just kidding. It could be a good card, but if they knock down the price, if they say, look, I'm looking at all the prices, and, this is the beginning of the year, let's knock it down to $499. Say, if they say, let's knock it down to $499. Let's give back to the consumers. Let's show the consumers we care. NVIDIA does that. You know what? AMD, you're going to lose. I'm just going to say this. And I've been an AMD fanboy for years, but now I'm starting to look at, what I got going on here. AMD is just not keeping up to the task. Now, the computer I have does have the Ryzen 5 5600G, and yes, it has been meeting up to my task. But I want to take this to the next level, and if that means I got to change out my whole computer and put Intel system in there, and then put NVIDIA video cards in there, and soup it up, and it's going to cost me another $600-700 just to do all that, and then get a new power supply, and blah blah blah. So I look at it that way. If I have to go that route, then I guess I'm going to have to save up and go that route. But anyway, I'm just letting y'all know what's going on. I got a lot of things that are going to be cooking in 2023. So let's keep the kitchen open. Let's keep things rolling. But anyway, I'm not going to make this video too long. It's already been too long as it is. So make sure you subscribe, and if you like the videos, make sure you put some likes on it, positive likes. It would be much appreciated. I know my videos don't meet up to the standards of other reviewers, but, I'm working with one camera. I'm working with a crappy microphone, as you all can see. I'm working with one computer with a B450 motherboard from Asus. I'm working with a Ryzen 5 5600G from AMD. I'm using a power supply from Thermaltake. It's been running all this time with no problems, by the way. I'm Thermaltake, I had many Thermaltake PSUs, and they've worked great. So, and also too, we got Corsair. Corsair, you've done a great job with your RAM. I got the LPX, 3200, and it's 16 gigs, which I'm going to probably want to do the 32 gig, but it all comes to finances. I got to be able to finance it up so I can get another 32. I want to basically, I can take this to 128 gigs of RAM. I probably want to go half that way. Probably go up to 64 if the price becomes affordable for DDR4. But if with DDR5 and everything else, the pricing on DDR5 with the motherboards, the RAM, the processor, the video cards, and everything else that goes for DDR5 is just way out of my wheelhouse, and it's too deep for any for my pocket. And I know if it's too deep for my pocket, it's too deep for the consumer's pocket. So, as soon as the price starts to come down and become stable on that front, then, we'll adventure there. It will come in time. Do be patient. We will get there in time. It just takes time and money. But anyway, I want to again tell you all happy holiday, and have a great New Year's. And if you're going to drive, make sure you're not drinking. Make sure you have a designated driver. If you're going to drink, be safe. Always keep the safety in the mist in your head, because if something happens to you and you're drinking and driving and you fall off a cliff, then you won't be here. So we want to keep you here. So do remember, have a designated driver when you go and party. But anyway, this is JJ, your boy. We will see you January the 1st, 2023.